What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Yesterday, not the best day ever. We do end up going down a couple of units. This whole week has been a week of very, very, very close misses. We've had, I think, three out of four has happened to us by just a couple of kills. This entry right here in the middle was probably the closest entry and craziest loss that I have had and I don't even mean to sound over exaggerated. This is probably the closest entry that I've ever lost in the whole time I've ever been doing this. The bright side of it is just a two-man. That we did use the 30% boost with this, so it did definitely sting missing this. I don't want to get too into the details, but we pretty much needed all three of these players. They had 2 rounds to win the game, and all three of these players needed 2 kills between all of them, right? And they needed 1 kill in that very last round of the game. The one guy that we ended up not taking in this combination here, his name is Mezzi. He ended up getting a quadruple kill, so he took all of the other kills away from these 3 guys, and these 3 guys ended up getting not 1 kill in that round that they ended up winning the game in. And by the way, this is the best team in the world. Zywu is the best player in the world, so he had an amazing game, but he could not get 1 more kill for like the last 3 or 4 rounds of that game. It was heartbreaking, guys, and it was just so heartbreaking because I chalked it up as a win. I was like, there's no way we don't get 1 more kill between these 3 guys going into this last round that they're going to either win or send it to overtime. So I don't even know what the percentage of that is. I would say it's less than like a 1 to 2% chance of that specific situation of that other guy getting a quadruple kill happening, but very, very close. We do catch this in golf here. Golf's actually been pretty good to us, honestly. I feel like the lines are pretty soft in golf, and I've been finding some good value plays. I've been telling you guys all week, League of Legends is not happening this weekend, really. Next weekend's going to be a big League of Legends weekend, and really for the next couple of weeks after that, because they're doing a huge tournament called MSI, okay? So we got a lot of League of Legends coming up next weekend. This weekend's going to be a little bit slower, and then we did cash this, which was a single bet on Bovada for Mongols money line. And I'm going to be talking about Mongols today because I think they're a really underrated team. And we do also have another 0 of 4. I feel like we've had like 3 or 4 of these this week too, which is frustrating. And I've been saying, I know it looks bad, but it's just correlated in the other direction. I pretty much took all of the overs in the same game, which, by the way, I think this is like an 8.5x, so it's still really solid payout. And I took all overs thinking this might be a shootout, and the exact opposite happened. No one passed very much. You see these guys only got like 250 yards, which honestly is not that much in CFL. They pass a ton in the CFL. It's not unusual to see people get like 400 plus yards in the CFL. So everyone went under because it was not a shootout, and these guys actually ran the ball really well, which is pretty uncommon in the CFL, like I said. But, if I took all the unders instead of all the overs, this would have went all green together, but that was just how the game script was. So you want to bet on game scripts, and I'm going to be talking about that in today's entry. Also, Carrington, really poor performance from her too. So I feel like a lot of things could have went better for us yesterday. She went like 2 for 9 or something like that. So she had a really bad game. She had 4 free throw opportunities. She went 1 for 4 from free throw, 0 for 3 from the 3-pointers. Really poor game from her. She had the volume. She just could not get any shots in yesterday. So really sucks there. But yeah, guys, we will bounce back today. If you guys don't know, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we cashed the entry of on these videos on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So now we're on a, I guess, two day streak of being dry, but it is what it is, right? These things aren't going to come linearly. Sometimes you're going to go on a streak of winning and winning and winning. Some days you're not. But you got to be here and tell all the bets because we are winning long term, guys. If you guys do not know, we're up more than 50 units since May 1st. That is averaging about 1 unit every single day, okay? So it's kind of a slow burn, but if you look over the course of a year, right there, that might be 300, 400, 500 units that we might get over the course of the year. And football season hasn't even hit for the year, right? Once we get into college football, NFL season, especially college football, because if you think about college football, guys, there's like, 50 to 100 games happening in a week. There's games on Wednesday. There's games on Thursday. There's all of these small schools playing that you can really find great value in college football. So if there's any sport I'm super ready to happen, it is college football, but we still got about 2 months before that happens. But just so you guys know, I'm counting down the days because that is just my favorite sport and my favorite sport to bet on and the most profitable sport to bet on. So it's kind of like a triple whammy right there. So like I said, not the best day ever. Let's try to bounce back today. Saturdays, if you guys don't know, last Saturday we went went up more than 25 units. 2 Saturdays ago, we went up more than 40 units, okay? So let's get into the actual entry of today. We do have a Counter-Strike 2-man for you guys today, and how Counter-Strike works is it's very correlated together, and what that means is if one thing happens, then both of these things should happen together, okay? So instead of betting on 2 separate things needing to happen, let's say you bet on, an NBA game and you bet on an NHL game in 2 separate sides of the country, they're playing 2 separate sports. These things are not correlated together whatsoever, right? There's no outcome that could happen where both of these things are going to happen together because of one thing happening, right? It's just pretty much impossible. But in this entry right here, we have 2 teams playing each other. We have Mongols versus Pain, and I told you guys we're going to come back to Mongols because I think they're a really, really solid team. Pain is not so solid of a team. They've actually gotten far in this tournament, and I feel like they've been playing kind of easy teams to get into this tournament. Mongols is the first real big team that they've been playing in this tournament now, happening in the next couple of hours, and Mongols is top 5 in the world. Pain is probably about top 20 in the world. They're still a really solid team, but Mongols is just on a different tier, and that is a really big thing in Counter-Strike, right? These top 5 teams do not mess around, okay, you guys? But getting back to why it's correlated is because if a shorter game happens, so less rounds happen in this game, everyone in this game is going to get less kills, okay? If there's less rounds in the game to accumulate kills, then everyone is not going to be a part of those rounds, and they're going to get less kills together. Now, if this game ends up being a longer game, so it ends up going into overtime, triple overtime, double overtime, whatever it is, then more kills are going to get accumulated, and these guys are probably going to go over together, okay? So this is very correlated based off of game length. If it ends up being a short game, these guys are probably going to go under together. If it ends up being a longer game, these guys are going to go over together. Now, little thing about this, 910 is actually the sniper of this team, okay? It's called the Opper. It's a position in Counter-Strike that people play, and the Opper, the winning team that has the Opper, is likely to keep getting hold of the sniper over and over and over again, and the sniper really deters headshots. When you have the sniper in your hands, you do not get many headshots, because how the sniper works is that a body shot is a 1-shot, 1-kill, okay? So normally headshot is 1-shot, 1-kill. But with the sniper, anywhere on the body is a 1-shot, 1-kill, so you don't really aim for the head as the sniper, if that makes sense. So the sniper does not normally get that many headshots, and also if you're winning the game, you're going to get a hold of the sniper more and more and more, okay? So a little bit of an advanced thing right there in Counter-Strike, but if you can identify the winning team plus the guy who is the sniper on that team, you a lot of times can find value in his under, because he's going to get a hold of the sniper, which means, he's probably, most kills, only going to get, 5% chance of having a headshot every kill that he does get with the sniper, okay? So hopefully that kind of makes sense. If that didn't make sense to you at all, just bear with me. I try to give you guys a little bit of advanced tips here and there with some of these sports, but, this is going to be actually a huge major. It's actually an Austin major, and there's going to be a lot of energy in this game, so if you guys are ever looking for a game where it's like, hey, I don't actually know how Counter-Strike works and I'm betting on it, maybe I could watch tonight's game or something like that. I think it's happening at about 6 p.m. Central Time. Go ahead and tune in, because it's going to be a big game. There's going to be a lot of energy, and it's going to be an exciting match. So we're going to bet on this with the thought process that Mongols is going to dominate this game. They're going to send it to a actually shorter game because they're going to win faster, and everyone is going to be able to go under their kill totals, okay? So like I said, this play right here makes sense together, okay? So that is why we're taking that. That is why we bet, football together, because it makes sense together. We try to get a game script that makes sense together. We take Counter-Strike because it makes sense together. We take League of Legends because it makes sense together, okay? This is what's called correlation, and this is why we are profitable over the long term, is because we use strategies like this to win on Prizepicks and find value discrepancies on Prizepicks, okay? So if you guys want to join that, if you guys like that idea, if you guys like that strategy, you guys can actually get into the VIP for free for 2 months. All you have to do is text me the word better to my number right here on the screen for 2 months of the VIP. Again, like I said, since May 1st, we're up 51 units, so that is averaging about a unit every single day, okay? So you guys can actually get in 2 months free, and the start of this graph here was like 50 days ago, so this isn't even 2 months being shown here. So if you signed up for better on May 1st and you took every single bet I took, you guys would be up 51 or 50 units in that time period right there, which means if you're a $10 better, you'd be up about $500 just taking my bets, guys. So Again, you guys can sign up for better. You guys can also sign up for Bovada. I might be sending out more Bovada plays because I feel like we're like 3-0 or something on the Bovada plays that I've been sending out with these esports Bovada plays too, because I think it's something else we can attack. So you guys can sign up for Bovada. You guys can sign up for better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a good day today. It's Saturday, normally our best day on the VIP. Probably going to be not as crazy of a Saturday as we normally have, just because League of Legends is a big part of the VIP, and there's really no lines up. So there's no lines up. I can't really do anything about betting because there's no League of Legends lines up, but there is a lot of Canadian football. There's Counter-Strike, and maybe have some PGA and stuff going on this weekend too. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.